welcome another rFactor 2 video. This time purely mod, third-party mod content. First, we're at Imola 2006 version. I wanted to find an older version, an early 90s version, but unfortunately I couldn't find it. And secondly, more importantly, this great ASR Formula 1 1992 season, complete full grid. They're working on newer versions of the cars which are even better modeled, but so far I think there is only a couple of cars available, and in this older version there's the full grid of the 1992 season. And yeah, this was when I was young and followed Formula 1 like crazy. They were my heroes, especially this guy here, Berger, Austrian Formula 1 driver. Never really super successful, but when he was on, then he was really quick, and he even scored 10 wins over his career. Here he is in the 92 McLaren, which wasn't as good as the cars from the previous seasons, and was certainly no match for the Williamses of this year. Also, the first McLaren with a semi-automatic sequential gearbox. Even in this year, I think there were some teams that still had manual H-pattern gearboxes, like the Benetton, for example. Don't know if there were any other cars, but this was the turning point back then. Ferrari were the first in '89, I think, also with Berger. I think I don't think he finished a third of the races in that season. They had huge reliability problems back then. Anyway, I'm talking too much. You see, that's something special to me. So 20 laps race against the AI. I have not qualified. I'm starting from last, to show you a bit of the grid, basically. And again, damage is off, and yeah, let's do this. Actually, still not in the race session, so now let's do this. Ooh. I'm still here, trying to finish this video for you. It will be the first try for me. It's 100 probably. I keep messing up, or more often even the AI keeps messing me up. The AI is quite okay here, and very quick actually. That's the reason why I have to set them to very low, to be able to show you as many cars as possible, starting from the back of the field, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to race with the midfield. Yeah, too slow. I am too slow. Anyway, passed a couple of guys, footwork, 2 Andrea Modas, horrible car, never qualified, I think. Ahead of me, Brabham, also only a shadow of the former glory in '92. And then ahead of him is Bertrand Gachon, which is an interesting person, because he brought Michael Schumacher into Formula 1. Got arrested ahead of the '91 German Grand Prix, Belgian Grand Prix. So Jordan needed a substitute driver, which was Michael Schumacher. Interesting move, my friend. Yeah, next up, Paul Belmondo. I think the famous actor's son, Jean-Paul Belmondo. In Leighton House March. Powered by a Ilmor engine, which later Ilmor were to build the Mercedes F1 engine in the late 90s. Very successful. Next up, Minardi. And next up, me dive bombing. I'm sorry, sir. Damage is off, by the way. Yeah, I would never make these moves against real drivers or online. You know what I mean. This is Dallara. Pierluigi Martini. And ahead of him, or ahead of me now, Martin Brundle, a name you surely know. And the second Benetton, teammate of Michael Schumacher in that year. Working his manual H-pattern gearbox. Oops. And that was the second, no, that was, yeah, second prep. Have I passed the prep? I'm not sure, I'm confused. So I'm up to 11th now. As you probably could imagine, I mean, the fact that I keep doing this tells that I love the Smart. I love these cars, and driving is great. My driving is not great, but the feeling to drive these cars is great. Yeah, let's make a quick tour of Imola 2006 version. Going down the front straight. And this is already a big difference to the early 90s version here. Tamburello used to be a flat out over 300 kilometers per hour left-hander with the concrete wall right next to the track. Which, of course, proved to be fatal for Ayrton Senna in '94. Then Villeneuve, which we went through, and Tosa now. Villeneuve also got changed a lot in '95. Because the same weekend, horrible weekend at Imola '94, also Roland Ratzenberger crashed and died there. This from previous corner, I can't remember the name, I'm sorry. This is Aquaminare. Also a bit changed compared to early 90s, a bit quicker actually, I think. This is Variante Alta. First slow chicane. Unchanged, I think. And then the two left-handers down there are also unchanged. I think that's Rivazza, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry, can't remember now. And then we go straight here, but in early 90s the track used to go to the right here, and then basically two chicanes actually, Variante Bassa. There we go, one lap, and here we have Ivan Capelli in the second Ferrari. First Ferrari driven by Jean Alesi, I think. Long year teammate of Gerhard Berger, by the way. At Ferrari and Benetton. Great driver, Alesi. Unbelievable car control, but always very unlucky. And also I don't think he was very consistent. Not sure. Michele Arboreto ahead of me in a footwork, I think. Also one of Gerhard Berger's former teammates, also at Ferrari. But during his first Ferrari years, the end of the 80s. Berger also had a big crash at Tamburelli in a Ferrari, 89. Crashed heavily into the concrete wall, just like Senna and others. Only in I think in a more shallow angle, early in the corner. So the impact was not nearly as hard. But the car started to burn immediately after that. And luckily the fire marshals were able to put out the fire very, very quickly. And Berger only got minor burns and missed only one race. What's that blue car? I think that's a Ligier. Eric Kumar. Yeah, you see here in the midfield the cars, the AI is actually driving much better and it's raceable. Trying to bring you as much Formula 1 trivia of the 90s as possible. Good old tradition. Oh, crash here. Häkkinen and Wendinger, nice. Of the Austrian Formula 1 TV commentator back then. I think Murray Walker, but only more talking and more nonsense. That was him, Heinz Brüller. Legend. You would know all about what a particular Formula 1 driver's wife had for breakfast, but didn't catch any overtakes during the race. Always, when you saw a car, you always announced the teammate. Basically, you always, made many mistakes. Very funny. Anyway, Mika Häkkinen, later on double world champion in McLaren. Wow, nice overtake here in the Lotus. And Karl Wendlinger, another very quick Tyrolean race driver. Very talented. Unfortunately, in '94 he also had a huge crash right in the race after the Imola tragedy. Slid into the barrier at the harbour chicane, Monaco, and was in coma for, I don't know, days, weeks even. And after that he continued driving Formula 1, but only for a year or so. Couldn't match his pace anymore. But I think he went on to be a successful sports car driver. I'm not sure. So let's pass him here on the straight. Thank you. V12 Honda power. Three and a half liters, by the way, McLaren. That was the formula which got introduced after the regulations after the end of the first turbo era in 1989. Naturally aspirated 3.5 liter engines. And Honda McLaren used to race a V10, but in 91 they changed to a V12, which wasn't nearly as good. I don't know why they did that. Oops. Senna still won the championship in 91, but the car was no match for the Williams, basically. Only the Williams had huge reliability problems with... It was the first year with semi-automatic sequential gearbox. McLaren only changed to that in this year in 92. Before that, it was H-pattern manual gearbox with heel and toe. Must have been quite hard. So, the two Lotus, Hakkinen and Herbert. Johnny Herbert. Too hot. Damn it. Yeah, Lotus. Also, just like Tyrrell and Brabham, not nearly as successful as in earlier days. It must have been one of the final years, actually, of the original Lotus team. Okay, I go around the outside. Easy, easy. Thank you. Easy, easy, I said. Yeah, Colin Chapman had already died, I think, early or mid-80s. After Senna had left them, they weren't really successful anymore. Oh, Alesi's 16 seconds ahead. I won't catch him anytime soon. Damn it. Unless there is another caution. It happened to me twice here. I don't think they had full cross yellows in 92. Only got introduced, I think, in 94. Not sure if it was the first appearance of the pace car in that tragic 94 race. But yeah, that was a pace car after the start crash. And Some say the fact that the pace car was so slow, was a normal Opel Vectra road car, contributed to Senna's crash. I know. It's hugely controversial. I don't see anything. It's still very controversial after 20 years, more than 20 years. Seems Hakkinen is right about my pace. That's something you don't say every day. I always liked him. He was a great driver. Hey, I mean, he's lacking straight line speed, it seems. Could also be that the slipstream effect is exaggerated. Feels a bit like this. Oh, Alesi. A couple of seconds on him. Maybe I will catch him. Not much time left though. I don't think so. I haven't mentioned that I love this mod. I mean, the sounds alone are amazing. Compare this to how current Formula 1 cars sound. Yeah. Marker. They just don't leave you any room. Try to attack me. Nice. Oop. He was probably the reason that why LAC lost a bit of time a couple of laps ago. The rear view mirrors don't seem to work correctly. Oops. But the virtual mirror works, no problem. I already set them as high as possible, but still They show me much of the road, but not much of the cars behind me. My seating position may be a bit too high. Not that high. Ah, see. If you get the braking right, you can actually brake a lot later. Still trying to get a feeling for the pedals, because honestly I don't know if I have mentioned that already in this try, so forgive me if I repeat myself. I have new shoes, new racing shoes here. My fast track sim racing shoes were great, but after 1.5 years of heavy use they have big holes now. So I bought some the cheapest karting shoes I could find. And yeah, I think I like them. I hope the soles will hold up better. The only problem with the soles is that they are very grippy. This is, I guess, is common with racing shoes. In a real car you have G-forces trying to throw you around and off the pedals. But this of course is not true for my setup here. Oops. So I would prefer soles which are a bit more slippery and more feeling for the pedals. And it's even worse because my heel plate is made of a diamond pattern plate, which is very grippy, so my heels can't slide, which is probably the way to go, just put a normal metal plate there. But for now I've tried a spray which is originally meant to protect the shoes, leather shoes, which makes everything very slippery. And I've applied this to the soles, and for now it works. I know. I buy something and then I want it the same all the time, then I crash. And I hop onto the clutch for no reason. Although, actually, there is a reason, because in rFactor, contrary to iRacing, you can actually stall the car very easily when you spin. One of iRacing's controversial features, anti-stall. They say it's a competition thing, because not everybody has a clutch pedal. I don't know. There's also auto clutch, and for people who don't have it. I would prefer to have the possibility to turn it off, even if it would be a disadvantage for me. At least in hosted sessions. Look at the results. Alesi, then Schumacher. Who's ahead of them? Patrese in second. The second Williams. And then I guess it's Senna. Yeah. Senna in first. Where's Mansell? Must have crashed or something. So the only cars I couldn't show you so far were, well, the McLaren basically, but you couldn't see it from the outside, and the Williams. see if I can make a 27. Not like that. Car feels certainly better now with less fuel. Very interesting thing, I've read that the main motivation to try out semi-automatic gearboxes in Formula 1 was to reduce costs basically, or the risk to blow up engines, because drivers kept blowing up their engines from time to time when they shifted down too early, and the gearboxes probably... Ah, damn it. No. Okay. Yeah, this should have been race over, of course. It's only one more lap, I think. If I haven't mentioned that Ferrari were the first to try out semi-automatic gearboxes in '89 already. Yeah, Berger drove for them back then. I don't think he even finished a third of the races that year. It was very, very unreliable. He also, of course, had the crash I mentioned and missed for the race because of that. But yeah, the car was very unreliable. That's it, I think. I think that was already the final lap. 20 laps completed. Yes, I think that's it, yes. So, I finished in 5th. Not bad, from starting from 24th. Yeah, what to say about this mod? I'm totally biased, of course, because I love these cars. Childhood heroes. For me, much more interesting than current Formula 1 or even Formula 1 from the last decade. But that's, yeah, I think that's true for everybody for the era of racing when they were kids. But I think it's very well done, and as already said, I think the sim is great. There's a lot of potential, and I hope there will be more mods in the future. It seems like it still hasn't really taken off, but a couple of cars seem to be really great. I mean, I haven't tried a lot yet. I heard that also the URD GT and endurance cars are great. I'll certainly try them out at some point. But this year, check it out, ASR Formula. I'll link it in the description if you have anything for 80s, 90s Formula 1. Yeah, that's the place to go. Let's see if I can show you the Williams here. I think it's somewhere. Ah, there it is. I think that's... no, number 6, that's Malaysia. Anyway, awesome fun. Thanks for watching and see you next time.